From the alley-oops at Keyshaw to the glory days at the stick. From who's got it better than us to brick by brick. It's always the 49ers way. From off-season to game day. Yeah, we talk back. It's the 49ers Cutback.
It's 49ers Cutback Podcast time. The 49ers have completed the draft.
It's true.
We've had a lot of guys to talk about. And now we get to talk about 155, one that came off the reservation. Jaylon Moore, guard tackle. This is an interesting pick, guys.
Well, he's over 300 pounds, so that immediately makes me like the pick. No, Jaylon Moore is a guy I don't think any of us really had on our radar. He's a tackle. He also played guard from Western Michigan. He goes about 6'5", 311.
Yeah.
Yep. From our research here, he's got a little bit of a basketball background. He's kind of newer to football, still a little bit, raw as far as his technique goes. But he's a very good athlete for 311 pounds. We watched some video of him doing one-on-ones at the Senior Bowl. He definitely looked like he's got the athleticism needed to play the position. He was getting out there on his pass sets. He was, doing normal mistakes like getting overextended here and there, maybe letting a guy get into his chest too much. But for a fifth-round pick, I'd say that he's a solid pick up here because he's got a lot of potential.
Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, when I heard the basketball thing, that he was a basketball player, that immediately checks some of the athleticism concerns off of him. And this is a guy who we hadn't watched a lot of film on. So when we started watching some film on him, right before we started recording this one, and I'll tell you what, I liked some of the things that I saw. I don't have athletic concerns with him. He's very, very capable of getting up to second level. This is definitely a guy who could play either guard or tackle. He looked good in his Senior Bowl highlights at both positions against talented players at those positions and guys who went earlier than him in the draft. So it's definitely a guy with a high ceiling, high motor, can do a lot of different things. And the big thing for me is with the athleticism as a basketball player, I'll tell you what, that can translate very well over to football. And he's new to football, which means you don't know what his true ceiling is. And if you don't know what his true ceiling is, sky's the limit for this kid.
Yeah, 100% this guy's a developmental guy. So we're going to have to be, kind of patient and let him develop and let them, turn him into the beast that he could be. Where they decide to put him, whether it's tackle or guard, I think is going to be determined on what they think of the other guys. The onus is put now on Justin Skule. It is on Colton McKivitz. You guys now have to earn your role on this team, and I think both those guys know that. I think Skule is his job of being swing tackles in jeopardy, because right now if Banks starts at guard, Daniel Brunskill becomes the swing tackle. So right away, his job is up in the air. Colton McKivitz is going to obviously be battling for a guard position. But this guy right here ensures that the 49ers have a legit tackle option, possibly to learn behind Trent Williams and develop, and also a possibility to eventually replace Mike McGlinchey if he develops in the right way. If not, at least a nice depth piece that they can develop. But I think they went and swung on this one and see what could happen. This was one of those guys that has a lot of potential, and they're drafting for that potential, not so much what he can give them right now, but what they can get in the future.
Yeah, I really like what they're doing here with. There's no complacency. It's obviously they have their definite 4 starters, and a couple guys competing for that 5th spot. But Justin Skule was their draft pick, and he played admirably his first year. Last year, you know what? We'll bring in a guy to compete.
Yeah.
And I like that attitude. I like that they're bringing in guys to compete. No one can feel safe that their spot on the team is locked. I really enjoy that. And I think if Jaylon Moore reaches it, his ceiling is that of a starting NFL lineman.
Sure. Listen, at the end of the day, that seems to be the motto and the MO for this draft, right? You went and got a young quarterback to push Jimmy and compete. Now, O-line, same thing. You go guard early, you go tackle right, not too long after that at 155, who could play guard or tackle. So a lot of different moving parts there. Went and grabbed a running back early as well. So, hey, at the end of the day, no one's job is safe. Everyone's going to have to work and push. Horst, right on with that, man.
Yeah, and this guy's athletic, right? That can run everything that they want to run in the system. He can do everything they need. His pass blocking technique was really good. Like I said, 7 sacks and 1,000 snaps.
It's pretty good.
That is very good.
Shout out to Chat.
He's somebody that can definitely, develop into a very good player in this league. And they obviously see something in him to use this pick. But I like the continuance of getting a bigger guy that's athletic, finding that intermediate spot where Kyle Shanahan's offense is, the best, somebody with the athleticism to be able to pull it off, yet have the size to be able to be more beneficial in the pass game, because I think that's been the question. When McGlinchey got smaller last year, when Daniel Brunskill is kind of small, Justin Skule smaller, those guys get kind of shoved back, and you worry about power. I don't think we have the same power concerns with this guy or with Aaron Banks, and the 49ers are making sure bully ball is coming to San Francisco. Those two guys plus Trent Williams are going to add a certain dynamic of bully ball. Alex Mack will pull all the strings and put everyone in the right places, and all these guys are going to benefit from being here with a new offensive line coach, somebody with a lot of ability. This is going to be fun to watch, especially on the up front, and then it just makes everything open up for these running backs. And we know once the running game opens up, that means Kyle Shanahan's game opens up, and then they can make big plays in the passing game.
It'll be interesting to see. Let us know what you thought about this selection at 155 down in the comment section down below. You agree with our analysis? You like this breakdown? You think his ceiling is as high as we think it is? Or you're not as high on this guy? We missed on a different guy. We should have taken someone else. We want to hear from you. We want to have this conversation. So get it started down there in the chat right now in the comment section. Comment. And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Join this ever-growing community. Be a part of this channel. Join that Cutback community today. You won't regret it.
Yeah, and let us have a conversation about this. Let us know what you think. This pick, though it was surprising at first, once you see the measurables, what he can do on the field and watch the film, I think it speaks for itself. Another solid pick. Curious what he develops into. Could he be a starter in the future? Yes, not this year. Don't get your hopes up. But definitely down the road, this guy could be someone really good for the 49ers.
Yeah, it's kind of growing on me by the minute after watching this video.
You never know. This guy could end up being a big-time player. Jaylon Moore, we'll see you in San Francisco, and the rest of you will see you at the next one. And until then, you stay safe.
Remember the right way.
It's always the 49ers way.